Shalom, shalom unto the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Shalom. So once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar coming at you with another lesson. And this message goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. And also to the Israelite foreigners that are scattered amongst the heathen nations and that may take on the physical appearance of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you're considered an Israelite as well. Shalom. Hey, so once again, you see, which I have, this article on the screen, which is off the website endtimeheadlines.org. And once again, man, there's nothing new. Okay, especially, brothers that's been in the faith for a while. It has been following along with, the coming of prophecy, and when it comes to the agendas, okay, of these elites, which are the biblical Edomites, the so-called white race, okay, mainly the central bankers and those that's in power, the powers that be, is once again is at it, man. And we know what happened 4+ years ago, okay, around the same time of the coming of 2020, okay. And like I say, the brothers that's in the know, okay, we know what happened back then. And for the new listeners, okay, and once again, they put in the same old trick, because we know what happened 4 years ago with the whole CV situation, which led into, LDs, okay, lockdowns, the pushing of that, the V, okay, and now we see the cause and effect, okay, of that, they're pushing all those, as we like to say, the juices, okay, and I'm trying to be, careful with my words due to the algorithm, because now you talk about, situations like this that concerning people well-being, okay, when it comes to this government, they're ready to strike your video with medical information, okay, so certain words I'm gonna read, okay, when I read an article, it's gonna be like a fill in the blank, okay, when I read when it comes to certain words. And I got a couple of articles besides this one, okay, but this the one that I'm gonna read first when it comes to this website. And once again, you can see the blank warns that the new mutant strain of MP, okay, is an emergency for the entire global, okay, a globe. Okay, so worldwide now they're saying that this can be a hazard. And we know what happened in 2020 and 2021, okay, and that was a pandemic, okay. So I'm gonna read a couple of like I say, of these articles, and I'm gonna get some scriptures, and that's gonna be the lesson. And I pray that this lesson be edifying, okay, because we know that these elites got an agenda when it comes to cutting the numbers, okay, and now they're on the verge of more and more ready to push their agenda, which all going to tie into when all hell break loose, mainly to come with that MOTB. Okay, when I say MOTB, going into Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, okay, known as the mark of the beast, okay, which ties into the prophecy of that electronic tag, okay, or that electronic device known as the RFID micro, okay, and that's going to be the next key prophecy that's going to be unfolded. And we are already on the verge of that, man. Okay, just as other prophecies. But let me read this. And it says, opinion. It was fun while it lasted. We had actually had a quiet a few months without any official global blank emergency to be concerned about. But now that streak is over. On Wednesday, the blank, okay, you can see that, announced that MP has officially been classified as a public blank emergency internationally concerning blank. Officials have lost control of the new mutant strain that is spreading in Africa, and so that is why this move was made. Okay, so now this is a global concern. Okay, and like I say, man, you know, we see what happened back in the time of 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay, what came along with that changing of the world. Okay, especially over here in the States. Okay, and they been had this on the books. Okay, going into possibly, you know, a coming outbreak of the MP. So this article once again giving a warning, okay, that it can be emergency crisis worldwide. So that's it on that. Okay, so that's one of them. This is another one, okay, that, you know, when it supposedly first started. So let me get this one. Okay. And you can see blank declares MP a public health emergency as newer strain spreads in Africa. Okay, and it always started in Africa. I wonder why, because we know, and that's a area or a continent known for them, you know, a testing ground. Okay, and I'll leave it like that. Okay, but you can see, okay, basically the same thing I read in the first article. Okay, and it says now there's cases, 1,600 cases of the MP, okay, reported so far this year here in the, you know, the States. Okay, according to, you see that right there, the C, okay, which, you know, they is the main ones that's pushing these, you know, this agenda, okay, when it comes to pestilence. So that's one. Let me go to the next one. You know, just a quick update on current news. And that's still in the talk right here. Let me get back to it. You see, over there in Canada, okay, to prepare for a new V, far worse than, you see that word right there. So everything now is a scare tactics when it comes to people well-being. Let me get you see this one right here. Okay, they just now said, you know, it was in report of Africa, but you see that Sweden report first case of Delhi blank strain outside of, you know, Africa. So how can it travel like that far? Okay, and you know, in that quicker time, show you that all over this, you know, agenda. And look at this one. Okay, you can read that already. Okay, they already on it, man, and they already have these things in store. Let me see. And so once again, this the latest talk or discussion or concern. Okay, when it comes to globally. Okay, and you can see that the first article I read. I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures. Like I said, we know these elites agenda, man. Okay, us that's in the faith. Okay, also that hopeful number of the elect, that the Lord had opened up our eyes, okay, our spiritual eyes to understand this on the scriptures, to extrapolate when it comes to current events or the times that we're in, which is prophecy. And this is on 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us. Okay, Satan representing Esau, Edom. Okay, because they are the physical counterpart here on the earth that's being ruled under the spiritual demon Satan on the left hand side, which is the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai control both sides. Okay, the righteous side or the right hand side. Okay, and the left hand side. Okay, when it comes to the sinister, okay, or the wicked, okay, in the form of Esau, Edom, through the spiritual demon Satan. And it says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant, us that's been called in the faith. We're not ignorant to Esau, Edom agendas. Because the Lord already have it laid out for us when it comes to the understanding of these elites, okay, trying to forward their NWO. And they want to set up the stage to bring order out of chaos, okay? That's why now you're about to witness this whole crisis they got on display, ready to push. That's going to lead to more LDs, more strict legislations, okay? Draconian measures, okay? Just as we know what happened in the time of 2020, okay? So like I say, that's Esau, Edom coming after the, coming under the rule of the spiritual demon Satan. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. That's I'm gonna get straight to the point. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, and the wicked is known as the Edomites. You can read about that in Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Okay, the border of wickedness. And it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, and that's Esau, Edom, once again. It's mainly these elites who's in power, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Yeah, because now they're being exposed. Okay, mainly by the prophets and people that's, exposing them when it comes to their agenda, when it comes to these truthers, okay, different news alternative channels that's exposing these elites and their agenda, how everything is planned. And it reads, the Lord shall consume them with the spirit of his mouth, okay, mainly the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Yeah, because eventually when it all said and done, Yahweh Shai, who the world called Christ, is going to return by the host of angels, what the world called UFOs, which are the vehicles or the chariots of the angels, and how Yahweh Shai is going to return at the peak of the Third World War. Because eventually this place, starting with, this place, America, is going to be mainly destroyed by the way of thermonuclear fire. And at that present time, Yahweh Shai is going to deliver the election at the peak of the Third World War from out of that destruction, and where the elect is scattered worldwide. But it says, verse 9, even him, so it says him, okay, going to a physical person, a man. And like I say, going into the Edomites, mainly the elites. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. Because that's what they want to do. Okay, deceive people. Okay, deceive people into thinking that this is a natural, event that happening when it comes to the pestilence, but they really behind it. Okay, through the spiritual demon Satan. And they want to bring the form of, say that they have the solution. Okay, when it comes to chaotic states or catastrophic events. Okay. And it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. okay, going into, at this time, 2/3 of so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans going to be judged right along here in America for them not taking heed to the words of Yahweh Shema Shai by the way of the prophets, but want to follow the ways of America, trusting this government system, okay, trusting these false gods, the different sets of religions that's being pushed and taught here in America that our people are into, okay. And for this cause, Yahweh Bashim Shai shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And that's what the Lord going to do to 2/3 of our people. Since they don't want to take heed to the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the Lord going to give them over to that delusion when it comes to trusting in Esau, Edom, and the system. Excuse me for that. And it says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's majority of our people today. Okay, the 2/3. Okay? Not taking heed to the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, not being in the spirit of repentance and acknowledging their inheritance as Israelites. So that's it on that. I'm going to get this. And that's what the Lord set up the prophets to do. The prophesied of coming destruction. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war. They be coming in that time. Civil war, the Third World War, race wars, clash wars. Okay, so they be seeing these signs are happening, and they're mainly going to affect America the most, because this place is the wickedness, the main wickedness that's been upheld when it comes to the world, man. And other countries follow suit, but mainly this place. And it says, and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's what we witnessed in that article. And they got different other things they about to unleash. Okay? Okay, so, that's the scripture. Okay, the main thing I want to get was the pestilence. Okay, and it says of evil. Okay, the word evil means bad times. So that's what this place is heading to. As we're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. And only the elect is going to be delivered out of that. So let's get this. Okay, we're going into when Yahweh Shai spoke of his second coming to the disciples at that time, as they asked him what to look for of his second coming, and he gave them signs. This is Luke chapter 21. Okay, when it comes to the end time prophecies. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 10. Then say unto them, nations shall rise against nations. Okay, there go your civil unrest, your civil wars, your division. And kingdom against kingdom. Okay, your Third World War. Okay, civil wars, division. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Okay, you have earthquakes right now hitting Japan. Okay, talks of it, more earthquakes hitting California, Syria, Turkey, all throughout different regions of the earth. We just now had they say a 1,000-year-old pyramid that collapsed all of a sudden. I thought it was over there in the Middle East. Okay, but it happened over there in Mexico. Okay, it come to those pyramids over there in Central and South America. And it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines, okay, food shortages, and pestilence. Okay, and like I said, a lot of these things that's happening is the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, that orchestrated, in this case, when it comes to the left-hand side of Esau Edom. He causing a lot of these things, okay, orchestrated famine, okay, and pestilence, okay, earthquakes when it comes to the weather modified system, okay, when it comes to the heart machines, okay, DARPA. And it says, and the fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay, you're starting to see solar flares in the sun. eclipse, meteors or asteroids. Okay, the signs of the chariots in the heavens, which are, like I say, the angels. Okay. Hey, so this is the Lord visiting the earth which he made. But the point I wanted to get is the pestilence. Okay, that the Lord got set up, they're ready to take out, okay, masses. Let me get on 2 Esdras, chapter 15, verse 49. And I will send plagues upon plagues upon thee, widowhood, okay, because they're going into widowhood, going into when woman lose her husband and she become a widow. Okay, so that's going into a lot of men is going to perish. Okay, and also women as well. Okay, and children. You can read about that in Ezekiel chapter 9, starting with verses 4 through 5. Okay, so it's going to be a shortage of men. Okay, when all hell break loose, man, and the Lord bringing mass judgment. And it says widowhood, poverty. Okay, especially when all hell break loose, man. Okay, you already seeing poverty over here in America, the homeless communities, tent cities. Okay, people losing their houses, their homes, their jobs, certain income. Okay, benefits being cut off, certain aid from the government. And it's only going to get worse from here on out as we're approaching that these elites ready to bring in a new system. Okay, that's going to replace this current system. And they're going to come in the form of a digital currency, tying back into that MOTB. Okay, and it says famine, sword. Okay, sword represent killing instrument. Okay, the coming of martial law, the coming of civil unrest, civil war, the Third World War. Okay, race wars. And it says, and pestilence. And we just now witnessed one that can possibly soon, to hit as they're giving that warning of the latest. Okay, coming crisis. Okay, and there's going to be so many of them. Okay, as these elites have the term poly crisis. Okay, meaning more than one. And it says, and to waste their houses with destruction and death. So the Lord bringing judgment, man. Okay. And I'm going to get this last scripture, and that's going to be it, because I ain't want to make this video too long. And so we're in that time now. That's why the Lord have his prophets on the highways and byways, man, and his word being pushed on the internet. Because soon the Lord going to remove his prophets and his word having access on the internet, especially all this information that coming out now. Okay, that these elites want a censorship. They really don't, as they got the saying, the war info. Okay, or info war. Okay, because they losing when it comes to this internet, and people are exposing them as they trying to move with this agenda. So we're in the time now, while the Lord have his prophets available, okay, to give warning, okay, to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you Israelites, before all hell break loose, man. Okay, this is on Romans 13 and 11. And it says, Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. Yeah, high time to wake out of spiritual sleep, spiritual slumber. Okay, as majority of our people are in. But we know that according to the scriptures, that the Lord is going to deliver the election, and the rest are going to be blinded. According to, matter of fact, Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest was blinded. So the elect is going to attain it when it comes to the truth in the times that we're approaching. Okay, also that hopeful number, which we're considered the 144,000 and the 1/3 that's destined to be saved of Israel. And that's a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American descent. And it says the rest was blinded. Because according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, 2/3 here in America is going to be cut off and perish in various judgment. And one of the judgment is going to be pestilence. Okay, so now this is the time. Okay, to wake up out of sleep. And it says, and knowing, Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than what we believe. How we know that? By the signs. Okay, especially how Esau is moving. Okay, with all these distractions, and at the same time, ready to come forth. Okay, this supposedly, okay, well, is going to surprise the people when they bring it under suddenly. Okay, because the Lord say that the day of the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night, unexpected. Okay, to majority of our people and the world. Okay, for majority of them that really blinded and don't know what time that we in. Okay, especially over here in America. Okay, and you got certain people in America, waking up, including, some of our people, to the madness of these elites that's going on. Okay, but a lot of them can't pinpoint it back to biblical prophecy. Okay, and you got these heathens, especially these Edomites. Okay, they see things that's happening and they know about biblical portion. Okay, but like I said, these heathens, these Edomites, they more in the know than your average Negro, Latino, and Native American. Okay, but his word is only for the election. Okay, eventually, only the elect is going to attain it and prepare themselves for the time ahead. Okay, as we're approaching those times and hoping that we are the number to be delivered. And it says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Okay, so we're at that time, man. Once again, let me get back to it. Okay, see what it's going into. Out of all these articles that they got on this page right now, where you see the most they're concerned about. Okay, you see? Okay, so that's going to be the end of this lesson. And I pray that the lesson be edifying. Till the next time, Lord willing, shalom. To the hopeful elect, shalom.